Hello, I'm Claire Humphrys. Welcome. Welcome to Linking Art Activities. I'm an artist. I've been an artist all my life, but I've learned my living as an artist for the last 35, 40 years. A lot of that was teaching. I facilitated the workshops that I'm about to introduce you to. But before I do that, I'd like to show you this book. This book was compiled in 2007. It was a couple of years after my husband died. His name was Sherridan Humphries. He was the singer of the Loved Ones. And I wanted to commemorate, I wanted to honour him. He did a lot of drawings in the time we were together, and I wanted to use these so that I could share them with the world now, because they're quite beautiful. This little book, there's a drawing that I did of him. It's compiled of his drawings and my drawings, and a few very personal photographs that haven't been seen before by the public. Drawing I did of the Charnwood mansion. We first lived in the tower before we eloped. There's another little drawing. Jerry's. Another drawing of Jerry's. He's very clever, actually, very intelligent man. So you'll have the details for this little book in the credits. The workshops we did were mail art postcards, painting tea bags and coffee bags, and painting faces on stones. And this workshop is... Hello, I'm Claire. I'm here today to show you how I paint tea bags and coffee bags and tea bags. I got this idea off the internet. It was, I saw a whole lot of tea bags painted with old classical paintings, Mona Lisa, and I thought that is such a fantastic idea. And so, of course, I wasn't prepared to spend, many hours doing Mona Lisa on my tea bags. But I thought I'd go for heroes, my heroes like, revolutionary, the French Revolution hero, the revolutionary, and this marvellous dandy from round about that time. And then, of course, the beautiful hawk that I love to paint, the birds, and also this comical little character, which is really good for children. So, I mean, people of any age can do these things. It's just that I like to keep it as simple as possible, so it's not too laborious and you can have a bit of fun. I mean, I'm really pleased the way this turned out, and I'm really pleased the way it's turning out on here. I'll give it a gaily coloured background, and I've got to fill in all these spots, but I'll send it to some child or some childlike character that I know, and I know that they'll like it very much. So it doesn't really matter how you do it. You do it your own way, because, as I said, I'm not prepared to sit down and do classic paintings on these, but I'm more than happy to do little sweet ones. And people, they really love getting them. So this is one that somebody sent me, which I think is rather gorgeous. The wasp going into the cup on a tea bag. A couple of people have seen it and said to me they wanted to buy it, and I thought, no, there's no way I could sell it. It's so lovely. That's mine. That's definitely my tea bag. So, and this is my little mascot, Napoleon. As you can see, I will do Napoleon on the tea bag, but not today. How I paint tea bags. And I always think it's best to use something to copy as you go. Now, I've got this one here that I'm copying at the moment because you don't forget any of the big references because you're working on a very small space. So you really do need the big picture to get all the details in. So I'm painting this little bear. I'm actually drawing on him. You draw on him with biro first, with black biro, because these are made of nylon, and if you use something wetter than black biro, it might bleed into the background. If you're using tea bags, they're much more absorbent than coffee bags, so you can actually use paint if you want to draw, but this is the best way for this one. I'm just drawing the little dots on his body. I've already done his little headband, and now I'm doing his dots. I've got a few on the go at the moment. So this one is a hawk. I'm copying from this picture. Now this little hawk is this far. I'm only this far into it. So it's only really in the beginning stages. So this little hawk needs to have a yellow eye. We do the yellow eye next. I've got some paints here. I do the yellow eye in paint, because paint sits on the surface of tea bags beautifully. Now I can give him some grey by adding some black. Now this is a watercolour brush pen that I buy online. These are very handy. They're already laden up with watercolour and you just brush it on. So if you want to get certain effects, like a grey effect, you'll put the black on here and you can add the white paint to tone down the black, because you've got black lines on there, so you need the white paint to tone it down. Got a whole lot of finished tea bags and coffee bags here that I'll be sending to various people all around the world, because what I do is I use the tea bag as a feature. I usually do some sort of background on the card that I send. See that he's starting to shape up. But of course I'd need to spend a lot more time on him to get him much better than this. But it's just to give you an idea how I go about it. I'm very keen on heroes. I like heroes. I like this fellow. He's a challenge because he's quite pretty. He's got lots of components to him. And I've started him off with the black biro. I've started off a little bit of painting, which I'll continue. I do a little bit of painting now. He's got white hair, this little character. He looks like something out of round about the time of the French Revolution. He looks like one of those aristocrats. He's holding an eyeglass. He looks very, very aristocratic. His little red lips, I might do that in the watercolour pen. And his blue eye. That's just part of him. It'd take me much longer. It'd take me much longer in time to complete this properly. That's the start of him anyway. And I keep going until keep adding the detail. Now I've got these tea bags that are actually finished, tea bags and coffee bags. You can see the coffee bags are slightly larger in size, which, you know, sometimes it depends on what you're doing. You might need that bit of extra size. But so you can do just as well on the tea bag. But I like animals very much, and most people, when I send cards and I incorporate you can always put a little animal in there on the tea bag, and people adore it. So here's some of my hero types: a bird, another hero, another sultan, another sultan. I like romantic heroes. And these are little cats, bird and mother. Birds, that's a Modigliani hero, and that's an Indian guru. So I hope these can give you some ideas, maybe inspire you. I took the ideas of the characters in particular off pictures, because I think it's really important you get that big picture first, and then you can concentrate on something smaller. The animals are, you know, just in my head. But I hope this has given you some inspiration, and I really hope you enjoy painting tea and coffee bags.